to believe because you guys weren't even alive, but 20 years ago today, on a day, very similar to this, which I remember vividly because Mr. B and I were in this building, there was not a cloud in the sky. So 20 years later, it's amazing, okay? And the day is tomorrow, that it was a day like today. Okay, a gorgeous day. So let me just give you some facts about 9/11 that you guys all should know. All right, so here's facts about 9/11. 19 terrorists who were members of Al-Qaeda, an Islamist extremist network, hijacked 4 commercial airplanes. American Airlines and United Airlines. In a coordinated attack, the hijackers flew 2 of the airplanes into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center, and the 3rd into the Pentagon. Learning about the other hijackers, passengers and crew members on the 4th plane launched a counterattack, spurring the hijackers to pull down that pilot. So they forcibly went into the cockpit and they crashed into a field in Pennsylvania. Experts believe that 4th airplane was on its way to the White House. So the time frame, just so you know, the timeline, which the North and the South Tower here tell us, at 8:46, Flight 11 hit the North Tower. At 9:03, Flight 175 hit the South Tower. At 9:37, Flight 77 hit the western side of the Pentagon. And at 10:03, Flight 93 went down in a field in Pennsylvania. So here we have a memorial that shows the North and South Tower, and it gives you those times, the flights. And then it tells you the times that these towers collapsed. At 10:28, the North Tower collapsed. At 9:59, the South Tower collapsed. Now, what was the outcome of all this? What was the outcome? Here's some facts. On that day, nearly 3,000 people were killed, which is the single largest loss of life resulting from a foreign attack on American soil. Another fact, in the decades, okay, that'd be 20 years since 9/11, tens of thousands of responders have become sick or died because of their exposure to ground zero.
And I don't think of the hate. What I remember are the acts of valor, the acts of heroism, and the acts of bravery that happened that day. Do you understand? We had firefighters, police officers, and first responders running into those buildings, frankly, knowing that they were running into certain death. Knowing they weren't going to make it out of those buildings that day. And still they went because it was their duty to help those others. Can you imagine that? We had sanitation workers, transit workers, volunteer firemen and women rushing to the site of the attack to do anything they could to help because they knew they had to. And many of them, because they got sick, because they breathed in the dust and that dust was poison, aren't with us anymore. You had people inside those airplanes that they knew what was going to happen. You had people at the Pentagon who knew what was happening. And you had people inside the World Trade Center that knew it was now too late for them to get out alive. And they chose to help others. Only we don't hear their stories of valor. Do you know why? Because they never made it out alive. Most of the stories of valor that you hear are from people that made it out alive. There are so many stories of bravery and valor that took place that we will never know. That we will never even know happened because they died and we're not there to share their story. And this happened on the airplane, at the World Trade Center, and at the Pentagon. See, 9/11, it's a story of bravery and valor and heroism, many of which never. I'm Mr. V, and I'm standing here with my amazing class, my amazing first period social studies class, and we're standing outside this beautiful September 11th memorial, which is a way that we here at Robert Moses Middle School are able to commemorate the events that took place on the morning of September 11th, 2001.